This was just crap. Let's never do this again. Well, that was at least kind of groovy. You know, that put me back in a good mood after that shit. And this is only 5 minutes long. So, we're not going to be here for like 2 hours, right? Right?
Creatures are going terminated each day, and keeping in mind that has been a disaster, it has been an unavoidable truth for many years. In reality, there are a few creatures that we probably won't have endured had the species made do. Here are 10.
What? What? Oh boy! It's the stream donation text to speech. What the fuck did you just call me? Can we get that again?
Each day, and keeping in mind that it has been a disaster, it has been an unavoidable truth for many.
Keeping in mind that has been a disaster, it is unavoidable truth.
Years. In reality, there are a few creatures that we probably won't have endured had the species made do.
That we won't, haven't, or have the species made do?
Here are 10 terrifying creatures you're happy are wiped out. Also, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make the richest part of your life by subscribing to our channel. 10 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. 10. Kaprosuchus.
Uh-huh. Oh my god. Uh-huh. I got like a headache now. This fucking text-to-speech narration is borderline incomprehensible.
In the event that a T-Rex and a crocodile had an
T-Rex comparison.
infant, that is what the Kaprosuchus resembles. It would seem that a crocodile, but it has.
I mean, like, its name means boar crocodile. So really it would be like if a crocodile and a boar had an infant, but like everything's got to be compared to T-Rex. That's why it's on the goddamn bingo board.
Long legs and it can run. There is an assurance that you wouldn't have the option to surpass.
That's outdated information. It's now believed that Kaprosuchus is a semi-aquatic animal. How long is this? 5 years ago? This is 400. How do you find these? How do people find these fucking things?
Past this person, its name signifies boar croc, and it has been nicknamed.
Its name signifies boar. It means that. Also, we can cross off meaningless statement from whatever that fucking word salad was at the beginning.
Disc, not to be mistaken for ManBearPig. This creature lives.
What? 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 Say that again. Please say that again. Please say that again.
Can run. There is an assurance that you wouldn't have the option to surpass this person. Its name signifies boar croc, and it has been nicknamed Disc, not to be mistaken for ManBearPig. This creature.
Not to be mistaken for ManBearPig. Oh man. I can't.
Toxic Drift donated $1. Not to be mistaken by ManBearPig.
Oh my god. That's fucking incredible. That's incredible.
I smell burnt toast.
I smell some fresh fucking sludge, baby. Oh man, this is good shit. I'm fucking crying right now, dude.
Creature lived during the late Cretaceous, so it went wiped out when the mass eradication occurred around 66 million years back. 9.
No, it didn't. There's Megalodon. No, it didn't. Kaprosuchus, I want to say it went extinct before the mass extinction, but what the fuck ever, man. That is the least of this video's problems. Yeah, it went wiped out before then. It got on a big surfboard, and then it went wiped out. Tragedy.
Megalodon. In the event that you think the gigantic sharks in the Sharknado establishment are strange, at that...
The Sharknado establishment? What are you saying? The Sharknado establishment? establishment. Hello, welcome to the Sharknado establishment. Can I get your order? I'd like 1 Megalodon, please. Oh my lord. This is incredible. This is one of the best videos we've ever fucking watched.
Hold up until you meet the Megalodon.
Toxic Drift donated $1. It went whipped out.
It went and whipped out its whole Kaprosuchus just right. Well, hello. Okay, please continue.
NATO establishment are strange. At that point, hold up until you meet the Megalodon. This massive creature developed to around 50 feet in length, and one tooth was the size of a human. This terrifying.
One tooth was the size of a human? I'm pretty sure you meant human hand. But like we've already got speed overestimate because the Kaprosuchus could apparently just run you down even though it was a semi-aquatic animal. We got it. We got it again. It's not quite the 30-meter long teeth, but god damn it all, 6-foot long teeth. Welcome back. Yeah, you know what? That is mixed up measurements. I'll count that. Yeah, I'll count that. Absolutely. This is incredible. This is one of the best videos I've ever fucking seen.
Creature lived for 14 million years, feasting on meat until it went terminated around over 2 million years prior. Given that, it makes an incredible white shark look tiny. We're unquestionably happy to not have these folks around any longer in light of the fact that the sea would be untouchable. 8. Andrewsarchus.
Jesus fucking Christ. The sea would be untouchable. You go and like, you know, go and stick your toes in the sand on a nice day at the beach, and then Megalodon just comes out like blomp. Blomp. Also, I don't know what the fuck the subtitles were doing there randomly on the screen for no fucking reason. This is just it's so like this. The last fucking video was just like, oh man, chaos ensued when I did that. Chaos has ensued when we just watched this goddamn video. Like we're a minute and a half in and there's so much fucking chaos.
No, this isn't a dinosaur rendition of your companion Andrew. Truth be
there's nothing for this. There's nothing for this on the bingo board. Breaking news. Sometimes prehistoric species are named after people. Crazy, I know.
Told is anything but a dinosaur or reptile by any stretch of the imagination. It's
Well, actually, due to cladistics, because you can't evolve out of a clade, it could be considered a reptile, but splitting hairs at this point.
a well-evolved creature. It lived during the Center Eocene age, and lived in a territory that we currently consider to be internal, Mongolia, China.
Sure.
According to specialists, the Andrewsarchus is a mammalian likeness of Velociraptor, implying
you can't predict it. You can't predict what it's gonna say. A mammalian likeness of Velociraptor. Now, this isn't a dinosaur or a reptile in any considerable way, but it is a mammalian likeness of a Velociraptor. This animal that was roughly the size of a polar bear was the likeness of an animal the size of a turkey. I'm counting that. That's absurd. You're an absurd person. You're absurd.
that it ate essentially everything, particularly meat. They are startling looking and would eat you instantly. Ironically, it is accepted that their relatives are apparitions and sheep, which we eat.
Their relatives are apparitions? Their relatives are ghosts? What were you trying to say? Ghosts. A ghoul. Ghost. Spooky. Oh my god, did it mean goats? It meant goats, but it got that mixed up with ghosts, and so it translated that to apparitions. Oh, this is fucking beautiful. This is the greatest fucking sludge video we've ever seen in our whole lives. Oh, maybe it meant antelopes. Maybe. I like the goats theory better. It's a spooky goats. Please continue.
And gather. 7. Pulmonoscorpius.
Big
On the
scorpion.
off chance that you don't care for scorpions, then you'll be extremely happy that these folks are wiped out. The Pulmonoscorpius resembled your ordinary scorpion with paws on the front and a monstrous
Paws?
stinger on its tail, but for this animal, it was more than 70 centimeters in length. It lived during the
Sure.
Viscyan age of the Carboniferous, and if fossils were found in Scotland out of every other place on Earth. 6. Piranha.
What do you mean out of every other place on Earth? What does that mean? Like, yeah, that's just where they lived. Lots of animals only live in one place on Earth. Like, we're kind of weird in that aspect, but whatever.
Normal piranhas raised a touch of ruckus, and you unquestionably would prefer not to be
They raised a touch of ruckus. You could say that, I guess. Also, that's not Megapiranha. That's an unrelated animal used as B-roll. Because as we all know, Megapiranha is a jaw. It is like one lower jaw. And that's it. This is not that.
in the water with them, but imagine a scenario where we revealed to you that there existed something much more awful. Enter Super Piranha. These folks were any
It's not Super Piranha, it's Mega Piranha. I'm counting that. That's a butcher pronunciation. It's not Super Piranha. It's Mega Piranha. That's just what it's called. That's its name. And yeah, list order doesn't matter. We have like a big, like a decently sized crocodile, a giant shark, and then big scorpion, slightly larger piranha.
place between 71 to 128 centimeters in length and live during the late Miocene period in Argentina. Because of fossils, researchers had the option to make sense of the two examples of this fish, but the remainder of the body is obscure as of now. 5. Cameroceras.
Okay.
Cameroceras appears
At the very least, there is a serious variety in clades here. We're not getting a blackout, which I wouldn't expect from a 5-minute video, but I wouldn't have expected a lot of stuff from this 5-minute video. This one's a fucking doozy.
as though something from the momentous conflict with adult Cap, notwithstanding.
Come again? What did you fucking call me?
Cameroceras appears as though something from the momentous conflict with adult Cap,
Oh, adult cap, like a dunce cap. Oh my god. Also, yeah, I'm gonna say this is a misleading video title because I'm not glad that Megapiranha is extinct. I don't particularly care. Adult cap, like a dunce cap, but like a conflict with it. Like, if I were to try and translate that into actual fucking English, I would say that like Cameroceras looks like a squid got into a fight with a dunce hat. That would be my translation. If that's what I was trying to do. And if I was like an anime translator, then I would stick some jokes about Among Us and shit in there.
Notwithstanding, this kraken-like an animal was around 9 to 12
Like an
meters in
animal.
length, and it lived during the Ordovician time frame, so it existed about 470 million years prior with something that enormous. It's an assurance that the animal's arms were nothing to play with. 4. Helicoprion.
Here we go.
What's
again.
more startling than a shark? Gracious, simply the shark with a round observed in its lower jaw. Seriously, have you
Gracious, simply the shark with a round observed in its lower jaw. Also, we got the black hole. We got the black hole of teeth here. This seems to be like an actual illustrated diagram. So apparently this must be a common misconception that this is the way the tooth world works. I have my doubts. Call me crazy.
gotten a decent glance at this thing? Tequila Top Ryan lived about 290 million years back.
Tequila Top Ryan? I thought that was the name of some fucking... I thought you just randomly brought up some fucking weird celebrity with a crazy name or something. Tequila Top Ryan. Oh my lord. Please keep going.
And even endure a mass termination occasion. It, in the long run, went wiped out about 240 million years prior alongside a sign in its mouth. It is accepted that it was 9 to 13 feet in length. Imagine if the Helicoprion lived today, we would have an average measure of fish life wiped out on account of this person.
On account of this all fish would be dead if this fish that existed alongside other fish were still alive today. And yeah, it's got a sign in its mouth. Sorry, if this person were still alive today. That's my bad. Helicoprions are people.
3. Gigantopithecus.
Definitely not glad this is extinct at all. At all. I want him to be alive.
Gigantopithecus went wiped out about 100,000 years back, and it is the biggest ape that has ever lived. If this creature hadn't become wiped out,
Biggest ever. Easy.
he would be viewed as Bigfoot. He was accepted to be around 10 feet tall and weighed about 1,100 pounds and lived in the tropical backwoods of China for around 9 million years. Researchers accept that this eradication of Gigantopithecus is an ideal case of why greater isn't better. 2. Titanoboa.
But you're saying that this would be like all these really great, awesome animals would be wiping us all out if they were still alive today. But greater isn't always better, as is the case with Gigantopithecus.
Indiana Jones wasn't a fanatic of snakes, as it's a decent possibility that he would have despised the Titanoboa. This wiped out the snake was huge to the point. This wiped out the snake. All of it. It went whipped out. That it devoured crocodiles. It was around 40 feet in length and it lived around 60 million years prior in the warm water of the tropics. Did we notice that they weighed about 2,500 pounds and they...
Did you notice it? I don't know. I don't know what you notice. You notice a lot of things that I never would have fucking imagined anyone talking about ever.
Executed their prey with tightening. Better believe it. We're happy they're wiped out.
Believe it. Habib it. Now, see, now we're talking about anime translations. Believe it.
1. Terror bird.
Yes! Yes! That's a bingo, baby. We're disturbingly close to a swastika here. We are disturbingly close to one. Damn, we got like 3 more crossed off here. We'd be golden. I mean, except for meaningless AI statement. That would ruin it a bit.
Terror birds were only that terrifying back in the ancient days, beginning and the end was greater. They went after creatures that were littler than them, like ponies. The dread-winged creatures were around 9 feet tall and weighed about 330 pounds. These flightless meat-eating fowls that had feet like a T-Rex could break bones with a single step. They lived in South America for around 60 million years before going extinct around...
Oh, we got the fucking 60 million years surviving terror birds again.
Over 2 million years prior. Around the Opportunity Man came into the image.
The Opportunity Man came into the image. Dear fucking God. There it is. It's done. It's done. That was... Oh my God. I feel like I just got fucking MK Ultra, dude. I just got so much shit blasted into my synapses that I just like... I blacked out at the end there. Yeah, Opportunity Man. He's like the cousin of Potential Man. Lord Almighty. 0 comments. That is one of the best fucking videos we've ever seen. That was amazing. That was brilliant. That was amazing. Oh, what a palate cleanser after that Spino snack shit. You're so fucking fat still. Meow. Baby. Oh, doo-doo, baby. Oh, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's back to Matthew Santoro. I got suggested it. Someone said that this had another Elasmosaurus in it. Creatures that could destroy the world. Like, I have to admit that you've got me interested with that title. Could this fucking weird little tribble porg hybrid destroy the world? I don't know. Let's find out.
The wild Humanus Baldoraptorus. He's coming for you. Evolution has created...
Still not a raptor. That was 2 fingers again. Incorrect taxonomy. And he mixed up 2 different animals. That counts. It counts.
Some incredible creatures, and many of them unfortunately are endangered and need to be kept safe in the wild.
I loved Matthew Santoro as a kid.
I'm very sorry that I'm probably going to be ripping him to shreds right now because the last video of his that we covered was quite bad. Give me a second here. He's gesturing at me right now. He's gonna cast a spell on me. It kind of does look like a Mr. Beast thumbnail the way he's just like... I said, hang on, I have to frame it better so that my hand isn't blocking my face. There we go. Gotta put it in the thumbnail.
However, there were some creatures that existed in the past that were so monstrous, it's a good thing that they disappeared because they literally could have ended our world.
He's in a weirdly high frame rate. I don't like it. He's moving at too many frames a second for me. He's like those disgusting looking 60 FPS interpolated anime videos that are just all over the fucking place for some reason, because people just think that more frames equals more betterer when it comes to anime, and not, hey, maybe this was animated in this frame rate for a reason. Like, God, when they do that with the fucking Studio Ghibli shit, it just looks like such hot ass.
Here are 10 extinct creatures that...
What's a Megalodon? That counts.
...could have destroyed the world.
Destroy the whole earth.
Number 10 is the Titanoboa.
Yep.
We can all count our blessings.
I actually saw this video as a youngin'
As a youngin, as a wee, this is 8 years ago, so I believe it. I mean, we're overhyping anything if it can destroy the world. So, yeah, that one's basically a given. I do think that harms our chances at getting another swastika, though, so it is what it is.
That the Titanoboa is long gone because it was as long as a school bus and weighed as much as a small rhino. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying different diet. Boa constrictors grow up.
Anyway, yeah, I agree that it feels weird for Titanoboa to be like at the bottom of the list because usually it's at like the top. Usually Titanoboa is way, way up there, but I feel like that's because like people are just irrationally afraid of snakes in general. And so really big snake is like, oh! I did actually see a video recently of this guy who was like introducing his next door neighbor who was like deathly afraid of snakes to his like collection of ball pythons and like really just trying to make sure that she's like comfortable throughout the whole thing. She was a very nice woman. But you could tell that she was just, like, so horrified of snakes. But by the end of it, she was just, like way better than when she started. It was nice. It's nice when people are actually willing to overcome their fears. Instead of just being like, oh, snake? Nope. I'm gonna kill that shit.
Up to 4.2 meters long and weigh up to 45 kilograms, while anacondas can grow up to 6 meters long and weigh up to 227 kilograms. But
I feel like that's on the, like, larger size estimates for anacondas, but that's fine.
The Titanoboa was the largest snake ever at 15
biggest ever, obviously.
meters long and weighed 1,134 kilograms. Its fossil was discovered in 2000.
That looks like a crocodilian. I'm counting that. Unrelated animal uses B-roll. This is 8 years ago, so that's way before like ChatGPT and shit like that. I don't think we're gonna get anything AI generated, unfortunately. I mean, it should be fortunate, really, but you know, for the sake of our bingo, definitely unfortunate that we're locked out of the easiest one.
2002 in a coal mining region in northern Colombia, where it was no doubt king of the jungle 58 million years ago, 1 million years after the dinosaurs died off.
That is just wrong. That is a completely wrong time frame. Dinosaurs died out 66 million years ago, so that would have been about 8 million years after. If your number is correct, which let's find out if it is. 60 to 58. Okay, so it would have been 6 to 8 million years after the dinosaurs went extinct. So that is just an incorrect fact. You're incorrect, sir. Shame on you.
This Paleocene epoch monster ate just about everything in its path, from fish to crocodiles, using the same hunting method as its tiny cousin, the boa. It would wrap its...
Boas are not tiny, dude. I mean, comparatively speaking, yeah, they're tiny. But boa constrictors are pretty damn big snakes. Especially since, like, you know, the largest snake currently alive today is a boa. If you're going by weight, at least. Anacondas are the heaviest, as far as I'm aware. And they are a type of boa.
Long, muscly body around and asphyxiate whatever trespassed in its swamp, finishing them off in its stomach. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we've talked about how constriction works a billion fucking times. It's not asphyxiation, it's like blood constriction. It like constricts the blood vessels and shit like that, so that way blood doesn't go to the heart or the brain or anything like that, and then the animal dies.
Sometimes I'm really hungry and I do the same with food. I'm just like, inhale it, and then it just digest later. Children, chew your food. Okay. Number 9 is the Liopleurodon.
Okay.
Swimming during the late Jurassic era was a dangerous game, with the Liopleurodon swimming around with massive jaws filled with row upon row of razor-sharp teeth.
Isn't Liopleurodon like middle Jurassic? Okay, middle to late Jurassic. You get a pass, mister. You get a pass there.
Mind me, I'm the Liopleurodon. It was the apex...
You keep flashing your teeth at me. It's like a threat display. And I say that as me, right?
Predator of Europe 150 million years ago, growing up to 9 meters in length and 1,588 kilograms based on the fossil.
The weight might be a bit much? No. I think the weight's probably fine. That's on the higher estimate of Liopleurodon length, but like that is still fine in the decently proper size range.
Fossils discovered in France.
Obviously, it couldn't destroy the world being just like a 30-foot long apex predator in the ocean, because we have those today. They're called orcas.
Back in 1873. And not only was it massive, but it swam fast.
Also, we're using lots of Kronosaurus. This is specifically the one at I always get it mixed up. I'm pretty sure it's fucking hell. I always forget which one this is. It's the one that's got too many vertebrae. Harvard, that's the one it is. I don't know why I always think it's Yale. It's Harvard, for fuck's sake. Yeah, we keep using images of that Kronosaurus mount instead of, like, actual Liopleurodon, which is fair, because, like, I think the Liopleurodon neotype is relatively recent. I could check that, actually. Can we get the neo? This seems very inconclusive. I don't think we have, like, a full proper neotype yet. It sounds like we still need one. I'll give him a pass for using Kronosaurus. It actually has like a decent amount of fossil material, as opposed to Liopleurodon, whose holotype is literally a tooth.
With 4 broad, flat, long flippers that allowed it to accelerate after its prey, and the forward positioning of its nostrils gave it a keen sense of smell that could detect prey from great distances. One major disadvantage—
I mean, being able to smell underwater as, like, you know, an air breather, I think that's kind of the main thing that always stood out to me about, like, just hearing about this in Liopleurodon and other pliosaurs, is, like, being able to smell underwater doesn't, like, compute in my brain. So the fact that Liopleurodon and other pliosaurs managed to figure that out, I think is very neat. But, like, it's always just kind of just this one aspect of it is just like, yeah, it could smell you, it could smell for a long while, and that means it could hunt you down and kill you.
Advantage of this sea creature was its lack of gill.
Well, yeah, sharks do it, but sharks also breathe water. Liopleurodon doesn't. That's like the main thing that gets me there, is like, how do you smell underwater without your lungs just like filling up with fucking water? Because I don't think there are really modern analogs to this. Like dolphins don't smell because they don't need to, because they have their echolocation. Like most reptiles that are semi-aquatic today, or even, well, I guess there's sea snakes, but those are using a totally different system, because, you know, they got like the little snake tongue. So that's like a completely different way of smelling underwater. But again, just like using your nostrils to smell underwater as an air breather. It's very weird. It's very strange.
So it had to surface like a whale in order to gulp air.
Or like any other reptile that swims in the water. Like, again, sea snakes.
Would have been great for an Instagram picture if it didn't devour you before dropping back below into its watery domain.
Okay.
Number 8 is the Megalania priscus.
I mean, that's just misspelled. You said priscus, but that said prisca. Also, it's Varanus priscus.
In Australia, a place filled with—
Actually, wait. When was Megalania reclassified as Varanus? It looks like it says 2004. So, apparently it's been Varanus for a while. See, I should have known better. Yeah, 8 years ago. It had been Varanus, like, well and truly Varanus for like 14 years at that point.
Creatures that can kill you, the Megalania priscus was the largest terrestrial lizard that ever lived, at 5 meters long, called the devil dragon. Fossil evidence of this creature is scant, but molecular evidence indicates that they terrorized the Australia continent's forests, woodlands, and river lands during the early Cretaceous era 100 million years ago. Their remains—
Wait, early Cretaceous? No, they didn't. That wasn't 100 million. That's just wrong. Say that again. Say that shiz again.
Terrorized the Australia continent's forests, woodlands, and river lands during the early Cretaceous era.
Yeah, no, that's completely wrong. These things would have met early Aboriginal humans. That's how recently these things lived, right? These guys were not around during the Cretaceous. During the early Cretaceous, what you had as a carnivore on land was shit like, I want to say Rapator, aka Finger Boy, because literally all you get is a bone from its fucking finger. So yeah, like, Megalania, no, not even remotely close to being from the early Cretaceous.
100 million years ago. Their remains are often found with fossils of large animals, including kangaroos, indicating that they hunted larger prey that may have even included the nearly extinct pygmy elephants. Now, while
I feel like you're getting stuff mixed up here. I think you're getting that mixed up with the Komodo dragons that were hunting like the pygmy stegodonts on like the Indonesian islands. I don't think those were in Australia, like the Australian mainland, as far as I'm aware. Because there were pygmy small stegodonts, right? I'm pretty sure in Prehistoric Planet Ice Age, there's a segment where like these giant ass storks are hunting like a baby one, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure those did exist on islands in Indonesia, and Komodo dragons may have hunted those as well. But I don't think Megalania did, unless you're saying that Megalania is like basically the same thing as a Komodo dragon, which technically they're the same genus, but I don't think you know that. In fact, I'm positive you don't know that because you're referring to it as Megalania priscus instead of as Varanus priscus. And obviously he's wrong about there being kangaroos and elephants in the Cretaceous period. Like, obviously he's wrong about that. Like, no fucking shit, right? Notable sized unnamed varanids from East Timor. Yeah, that sounds about right. Who knows what relationship they have to Megalania or Komodo dragons. We'll see.
While modern humans are in theory safe, a fossil was discovered on a Queensland farm that dates back only 300 years ago. So get ready to
300 years? No, it was much longer than that. God fucking damn it. I want to say when extinct like 10,000 years ago, maybe? 0.05 million years ago. Okay, that's not especially helpful. 50,000 years. Yeah, that's substantially longer ago than 300. 300 years ago, like, fuck, dude, that's not even early settlers. Like, early Aboriginal settlers. That's, like, white people. Like, white people would have seen that shit. That's the fucking white dude that was running away from Megalania in Forrest Galante's video.
Battle this, I'm coming at you. I'm the devil dragon.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Number 7 is the Dunkleosteus.
Dunkleosteus.
The Dunkleosteus was the largest and meanest fish that ever swam, with an armored...
No, it wasn't. Again, this is even before the pre-shrunk dunk thing, right? Dunkleosteus was not the biggest fish ever. That was Leedzichthyes. Actually, no. That's just the biggest bony fish ever. The biggest fish ever was Megalodon, which... Did you already mention that? No, you haven't. So you're going to say that, like, Megalodon, because you're going to mention it. I know you are. You're going to mention Megalodon later on this list. You're going to say that it was smaller than Dunkleosteus, which is curious.
Head that grew up to 10.
Oh, right. The chapter names.
I think he meant Dunkleosteus.
Apparently he meant the Dunklecolossus. Megalania, Liopleurodon, and Titanoboa. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on this as these entries go on. Yeah, we already got biggest ever from Titanoboa.
10 meters in length. Dang, and I thought I had a big...
Wait, what did he say?
With an armored head that grew up to 10 meters in length.
An armored head that grew up to 10 meters. You're saying just the head is bigger than the biggest estimates of all of Dunkleosteus. You just straight up got that wrong. Ah, man. Just the head. Yeah, all we have of Dunkleosteus is the head. Estimates back then, like at the absolute biggest, would have put it up at like 30 feet. More conservative estimates put it at like great white shark size, around 20 feet-ish. And now it's at like, I want to say 12 feet, maybe? They shrunk it a lot. This is well before the shrunkening, so we can't hold that against him. But we can absolutely hold the head against him. Like, I've seen Dunkleosteus heads in person. Yeah, they're not 33 feet long.
Dang, and I thought I had a big skull. It was a massive apex predator that could eat whatever it could get its sharp jaws around, with a bite force estimated to be nearly 2 metric tons. But it likely just opened its mouths and let the vacuum suck in any prey stupid enough to go near it.
Huh? So it has this bite force and these big sharp, like, not really teeth, and it's not using them because it's just using suction feeding. Yeah, are you getting this confused with Titanichthys? Because that's just silly. You're being silly right now.
Only predator that would have been a threat to the Dunkleosteus would be another Dunkleosteus, as some fossils indicate that they engaged in combat and possibly cannibalism. Sorry, bro, but there's not a lot of fish in the sea today. Bit your fin.
Okay, I thought we were gonna get this shit where it's like, they evolved specifically to cannibalize on each other, which is insanity. God, that video.
Number 6 is the Arthropleura.
All right, cool. Easy. This could end the world. This could destroy the fucking world. It's a big millipede.
Imagine an army of Arthropleura super centipedes taller than the
Millipedes. Completely different.
biggest NBA players.
He said tall. That's a mixed-up measurement. They're not tall. They're long. Like, they could rear up, but they're not gonna, like, rear up and be as tall as a fucking basketball player. That's just silly.
At 2.6 meters in length, tapping their not-oh-so-tiny feet all over humanity. By comparison,
That's a centipede. Centipedes are different from millipedes. I shouldn't have to be the one to tell you this.
largest of the modern brethren is the Amazonian giant centipede that can grow up to 33 centimeters. But luckily, the largest arthropod in history,
Arthropod! And it's not even correct! Because there's fucking Jaekelopterus. God damn it, dude. Arthropod!
cannot exist today, at least not in their staggering size, because the Lemurian age 313 million years ago had very peculiar environmental factors where the Earth's atmosphere...
No, we just got done talking about this with Spinosnack. Atmospheric oxygen content had nothing to do with gigantism, not even in big bugs. Not even in big arthropods. It just didn't. Arthropods were able to get big as the fucking square cube law allowed them to get, because they just didn't have competition. Because they were the first things to come onto land. They came onto land well before the vertebrates were able to. So they had no competition and were able to get as big as their bodies allowed them to get.
Was 36% oxygen versus 21% today. The atmospheric oxygen content created an explosion in the size of flora and fauna back when Europe, North America, and Asia were one landmass. But by the Stephanian age 7 million years ago, oxygen...
7 million years ago? Dude! What does your fucking chronology of the Earth look like, bro? Megalania was around 300 years ago. Arthropleura was around 7 million years ago. Like, maybe you meant 7 million years later-ish? Even then, just... Christ.
Leveled off, reducing that terrifying size of centipedes that could easily enslave us all. This is a terrifying horror creature that pooped nightmare fuel. I'm so glad it's not...
No, it ate poop. It ate detritus. It's a detritivore. If I'm inside an In-N-Out and I see a big Arthropleura, I know everyone else would be scared, but not me because I know it's a detritivore.
Not alive. Number 5 is the Jaekelopterus.
Yee. Counting that. Oh yeah, I guess we should have counted that for anthropod, huh? Yeah, the other big arthropod that was bigger than Arthropleura. That's crazy.
The colossal sea scorpion called the Jaekelopterus grew up to 2.5 meters in length with spiked claws containing long, sharp teeth.
Wait a second, this is an elasmosaurus. Oh no. Oh, the Jaekelopterus. Arthropleura is spelled correctly.
Measuring 46 centimeters. This 390-million-year-old crocodile-sized
Ben has
water...
donated $10. New Earth evolutionist?
Maybe. That would explain a lot. Is this the human flesh thing? There's no
bug,
way.
made mincemeat out of fish and cannibalized its own in the coastal swamp waters of what is now Germany. Its fossils were discovered in 2007, but back when it existed...
Was it really that recent? Maybe it's the other one I'm thinking of, the other big-ass sea scorpion. Its name always escapes me, because we don't see it as often. Pterygotus, that's the one. Okay, so no, that's just wrong. Jaekelopterus was found way earlier than that. Maybe he means a specific fossil was found recently? But no, this has been a thing since, like... This is 1914, this is 1964, this is 1952. I'm gonna believe the 1914 one. What about Pterygotus? Nope, that's also very recent, or very old. That's from the 1800s. Nope. All the big sea scorpions, all the big Eurypterids, they were found ages ago. What's the one that keeps showing up? It's kind of a glupshido of a Eurypterid, but it keeps like showing up because it was in literally one documentary. Pentacopterus or something? Is it that one? No, that one's from 2015. Megalograptus? I want to know what the fuck he's talking about. Nope, 1874. Beats the fuck out of me what the hell he's talking about here.
It had no predators as vertebrates.
But then again, we know that his concept of time is a bit fucky.
Had yet to evolve into contenders. So
okay, I thought he was gonna say yet to evolve at all, because they definitely had evolved by that point. You did have like armored fish by then. They just like weren't especially impressive yet.
Anything smaller than it, which was just about everything, became its next meal. To add to the nightmare is that in between its claws near its mouth, the Jaekelopterus had two smaller folding arms that could shoot out and grab a hold of dinner like a radioactive praying mantis.
What? Are you just talking about its claws? Because I thought you already mentioned that. Are you talking about the fucking... the Calicerae? Because all Calicerates have those. Genuinely, what the fuck are you talking about?
From some long-forgotten Godzilla movie.
Imagine that. Oh yes, I'm kind of hungry.
Okay, so he's talking about the Calicerae. I fucking think. Yeah, I thought he was talking about the pictures, but he already mentioned those. So I'm just like, what is he talking about? This thing that, like, but he's saying they shoot out? The Calicerae are just kind of there. They're just like, basically the mouth parts. Like, if you see a scorpion or, like, pretty much any kind of non-spider Calicerae eating, then you will see these mouth parts in action. They're really fucking freaky looking and weird. Can we, like, pull up an image of Calicerae? Okay, so those are the Calicerae of a scorpion. And, like, when you see them in motion, they're kind of crazy. They're almost like little hands that just sort of, like, mash up and grind up bugs so that they can slurp up all the little juices inside. It's really interesting. Like, most Calicerates, which are the arachnid group that, actually, no, Calicerates are the wider group that arachnids fall under. I'm pretty sure, Eurypterids are also in there. Like vinegaroons and tailless whip scorpions and sulfugids. That's like the proper name for sun spiders, I'm pretty sure. Sulfugids. I always get it mixed up. Like I think it's sulfigudes or something like that, but it's sulfugids. That's the one. Like they have a sort of similar apparatus. Spiders are the weird ones because their Calicerae evolved into the fangs, which are just a completely different apparatus. Tarantulas kind of have like a middle ground between the like the sort of almost pseudo chewing of the scorpion Calicerae and like the spider fangs, because they got like these, it's weird to describe, they got like these bumpities on like the inside of their Calicerae that can really just grind up insects and help with the whole digestion process. Yeah, tarantulas are also like very primitive as far as spiders go. Same goes for trapdoor spiders. I think they're very closely related, like about as closely related as you can be. It makes sense that they've got like a bit more of the sort of classic Calicera condition compared to like other more the true spiders, right? Even though tarantulas are also spiders, it's just like spiders under the Arania. I don't know how to pronounce it actually. Araniomorph. Okay. I'm sorry. I might be dyslexic or something. Yeah, okay. The megalomorphs. Those are the tarantulas and like the funnel web spiders. I think trapdoor spiders are also under there. Basically, like this is a really good side-by-side. If the fangs point down, that's a megalomorph. If the fangs point inwards, that's an araneomorph. And now you know. Now you know the difference. Basically, megalomorphs are the more basal of the spiders. That is the Sydney Funnel Web doing the funnel web thing of back the fuck away from me. My venom is weirdly specialized to killing primates that have never evolved in Australia before.
Ugh, creepy. Number 4 is Sarcosuchus.
Sarcosuchus, the super crab.
The Sarcosuchus, named after the super croc, makes even the most crocodile-infested waters seem safe like a kiddie pool with a lifeguard. It was the largest crocodile to ever live.
Not a crocodilomorph, but whatever.
Growing up to 12 meters long and covered almost head to toe in armored plates that made it practically invincible. Its long, narrow snout was filled with massive teeth and a bulbous tip to its nose called a bulla. Its purpose unknown, but likely enhanced its olfactory senses, allowing it to sniff out prey and use it for blunt force trauma.
My understanding is that it probably would have been used for probably similar purposes to modern day gharials. Like if its nose is that exaggerated and that engorged, then it's probably pretty similar to gharials, which they're just using their nose as sort of a display structure as far as I'm aware, which is really weird because as far as I'm aware, that's like the only instance of like a meaningful visual sexually dimorphic trait in crocodilians. Yeah, he's saying that it was like swinging its big bulbous nose around like a fucking sledgehammer. You might have something there if you were talking about Tylosaurus, but this is not Tylosaurus. This is Sarcosuchus. Because Tylosaurus, as far as I'm aware, it had like a super narrow snout compared to other mosasaurs. And there are thoughts that it was using its snout basically as a battering ram against not only its prey, but also very likely other mosasaurs in the area, including other Tylosaurus. I don't think Sarcosuchus was doing the same thing with like the bulbous tip on its nose. My guess would either be just the stock answer for every weird structure, which is sexual display structure, or maybe it was helping it smell, but I don't know how like a big... No, like, you don't necessarily need a big nose to smell good, right? That's where I draw issue. What makes it different from crocs? I'm not an expert on that. It's pretty much just like genetics and cladistics. They're very similar to crocs, but they're like offshoots. They're not like on the same path as like true crocodilians, right? They're just like a genetically distinct branch, but morphologically they're very, very similar. But like a lot of stuff ended up being similar to crocs, even when they're not very closely related at all. Like phytosaurs, I want to say, right? Yeah, phytosaurs. That's not a crocodile. Not even very close as far as I'm aware. They just kind of like showed up and then vanished. Just one of those weird little group of Triassic reptiles that showed up and then they were gone. Like, there's so many weird crocodile analogs, so many weird things that just try to be crocodiles. Like, people harp on the whole shit where there's like the carcinization, right, where everything is evolving into crabs. Dude, way more shit is evolving into crocodiles. Way more shit's evolving into crocodiles. I know that there was a group. There was another group at like the very end of the Cretaceous, and I think at the very start of the Paleogene, I want to say. Also, the confusing thing about Pseudosuchia, the false crocodiles, is that it also contains real crocodiles. Yeah, like the Champsosaurus. Here we go. Another one. Hold on, let me zoom out so you can see his face. Another one. Champsosaurus. So things just want to evolve into crocodiles because, like, hey, it works. And there's another example. That's an amphibian. That is an amphibian, but it looks like a 30-foot long crocodile. And it just works. It works out. Yeah, Ambulocetus, another example. Whales were crocodiles for a while there. Not to mention you got the Spinosaurids. They were crocodiles. There are so many things that just evolve into crocodiles that aren't even remotely closely related to one another. Yeah, Pulmonoscorpius predates the crocodiles. This guy's from the Permian. So many things evolve into crocodiles that, like, things being relatively closely related to crocodiles and also very closely resembling crocodiles is, like, not that big of a surprise. It shouldn't be, at least.
Hey, I'm gonna kill you with my nose. They ran things in what is now the
See, look, there's another one. There's Suchomimus. Literally the crocodile mimic.
Sahara Desert, but back during the Cretaceous period 100 million years ago, when it was lush, tropical, and full of delicious things to violently kill. It could literally take its dinosaur contemporaries and snap its necks like a twig.
Its necks.
Number 3 is the Aegirocassis.
Big filter feeding bug. Basically a big filter feeding fucking shrimp, and this thing could destroy the world. No.
There were no exterminators during the Ordovician era 480 million years ago.
They wouldn't have needed to be around as a filter feeder.
Except evolution. Back when the giant cockroach called the Aegirocassis.
Cockroach? I mean, it's an arthropod, but that's about all they have in common. You were more correct in calling Sarcosuchus a crocodile. Fucking hell, dude.
Swam about a long-gone sea where Morocco is now. These ancient ancestors of the cockroach and other arthropods like shrimp and butterflies grew up to 2.1 meters in length and were named after Aegir, a giant sea creature from the Norse mythology. They used their modified front appendages as a spiky net to sort and consume various planktons, which allowed it to evolve into such a large creature, just as modern whale sharks have grown so large from their filter feeding. And
also whales.
just like the modern cockroach that humanity adores, there were a lot of them. So imagine an invasion of 2-meter-sized cockroaches in your kitchen.
Hey, I'm a cockroach. Can't kill me. I might kill you, though.
Dude, it's a filter feeder. It is a filter feeder. Like, just like today's whale sharks, these big, gentle giants couldn't hurt a fly. But apparently, just like, I feel like he has to know that this thing is harmless, right? And so he's just like calling it a cockroach to make it be like, oh, it's gross and icky, even though, speaking of icky, even though it would be fucking magical to behold this creature. Yeah, it would die in your kitchen. It would suffocate. Genuinely, what the fuck?
Number 2 is the Meganeuropsis.
Big dragonfly. I mean,
Dragonflies today are beautiful and graceful as they flit around the air, just making our picnics lovely. But the Meganeuropsis was a terrifying predator. Their bodies were...
I mean, dragonflies are also terrifying predators. If you're smaller than dragonflies, at least. If you're bigger than dragonflies, then yeah, they're magical. I want to say dragonflies are closer to cockroaches than fucking Aegirocassis is. And you're just like, oh, these regular dragonflies, they're so magical. They're so amazing. They're so dandy, aren't they? And then it's just like, oh, but what if they were bigger? What if they were bigger? Ugh! I don't know, man. Are we beginning to focus on one clade too much? Because I feel like between Arthropleura, Jaekelopterus, Aegirocassis, yeah, I think we've officially crossed that line. There's too many goddamn arthropods, or sorry, anthropods on this list. We should have, but like, what if it was big on this list at this point? At a certain point, right? What if it was big? Oh yeah, list order doesn't matter is another...
roughly 47 centimeters long with a wingspan of 75 centimeters and were nimble in the air, using their powerful mandibles loaded with teeth to conquer large prey that put up a fight. The United States...
I mean, they probably would have used their legs to conquer the prey, I guess. Like, you know, grab it. Dragonflies today are generally mid-air hunters. They're kind of fucking amazing like that. Dragonflies are just... They've weaponized mid-air collisions on a biological level, and that's so fucking badass. I imagine that the griffin flies of the ye olde days would have been largely the same. They've got like these big old spikes on their legs that really help them just kind of like almost like net in the mosquitoes and stuff that they eat. And then like once they've captured it and then they grab it with their tarsal claws, that's when they start to eat it with the mandibles. Dragonflies are badass, honestly. They're really cool.
It's particularly the plain states like Kansas and Oklahoma was its domain 300 million years ago during the late Permian era. The Meganeuropsis enjoyed an oxygen-rich atmosphere that made it supersized, making it the lord of the sky long before pterodactyls, birds, and bats evolved.
I mean, pterosaurs, but whatever. And also, again, the oxygen content of the Permian had absolutely nothing to do with the size of Meganeuropsis or anything else. It's just that because there were no pterosaurs or birds or bats, that's what allowed it to get big in the first place.
Okay, this one is terrifying, but imagine that you could tame it, just riding around on it. Hey, Meganeuropsis, you gonna take me to the park? Okay, let's go, thanks.
Bro, you need to get like a bunch of them on fucking strings, right? And just like hold them like a big bouquet of balloons. These are big bugs. They're not big enough for you to ride on. Okay.
And number 1 is the Megalodon.
Obviously. Oh, we already got that one. Nice. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I guess we can cross off meaningless statements. We've had a lot of those. Nothing's been an I mean, one thing has been an herbivore, but he didn't mention that. Size or speed overestimate. I feel like his size estimates have been honestly pretty good so far. No clades of animals. Not even in Jurassic Park footage. That's restraint. He did repeat the oxygen thing. I'll give you that one. Oh, right, the Dunkleosteus. I forgot about that. Right. I was thinking like, oh, you know, 33 feet, that's a bit on the big side, but still like okay for the time. But it's like, wait a minute. He just said that was the head. That was the size of the head. Never mind. You're right. I completely forgot about that.
Great white sharks ain't got nothing on its older, near identical looking ancestor.
No. Because Megalodon is, number 1, not the ancestor to great whites. That's not how it works. Number 2, it's not identical because it's in a completely different genus. Unlike like back in the old days when it was Carcharodon Megalodon, you look like you're about to eat me. I want to say by 8 years ago, it was still Carcharocles. That's still outdated. I want to say he should have known better at that point. And yeah, just shark, but big.
The Megalodon, that was 2 to 2.5 times longer at 16 meters and could weigh as much as a commercial airplane at 100 metric tons.
Okay, that's too big. That's too big. I'm bad with weight. Right? I'm bad with weight. Like, so many times the weight estimates just go in one ear and out the other. That's blue whale size. That's too big. Like, if this was on one of the upper estimates of Megalodon length, like 70 feet, right? Then the 100 tons estimate would hit the ear a lot better. But a 50-foot long animal weighing as much as a blue whale is preposterous. You are crazy. That is crazy.
Unlike many ancient species limited to location, the biggest shark in history could be found almost anywhere.
Even
We got
your
big
backyard, be thankful.
It may
No, it couldn't. I mean, it was cosmopolitan, but it couldn't live in a backyard. That's silly.
have also had the most powerful bite in history, greater than the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
That could crush a car instantly. The Megalodon ruled the Earth's water until as recently as 1.5 million years ago, but its demise was likely brought on by the ocean cooling, the disappearance of abundant prey its size that was required to thrive, and a new contender, the orca, who...
Man, the orcas wiped out Megalodon hypothesis. I feel like I haven't heard that one in years.
outcompeted them by hunting in social packs. R.I.P.
Pack hunting. Bingo! Took us a while to get there, but we got a bingo. You know, the Megalodon likely went extinct due to a variety of factors, such as climate change, out competition from other predators, and hunting by humans.
Super Jaws, you will be missed. So, that was 10 extinct creatures that could have destroyed the world.
No, they
but
couldn't
thank
have.
God they didn't. But if you guys enjoyed this, remember to give it a big thumbs up. I do
Like and subscribe. Got it. Got it. Got it! You know what? I'm gonna count the Dunkleosteus head as thumbnail bait, too. So that is yet another bingo. Man, we got close, though, for an older one. I mean, the riding Meganeuropsis thing, that was a joke. Saying Dunkleosteus' head alone was 33 feet long is insane.
The farting dinos have better odds of world chaos.
Yeah, they could destroy the world. Farting dinosaurs could destroy the world with their methane fart powers. Okay, now he looks like he's gonna kill me. He looks like he's stalking me from behind these suggested videos. And he's gonna kill me. I don't like that.